Here in video number 4, we're going to be answering the big question. When is the best time to use screen capture video, and when is the best time to use PowerPoint slides? Now, if you're not familiar with what I'm talking about, screen capture video is, you can see everything on my screen, my mouse clicking and this and that, kind of like this. But right now we're looking at a PowerPoint slide. So when is the best to use screen capture or PowerPoint slides? What kind of microphones should you be using, and this and that. I talked briefly about microphones in video number 1, but I want to make sure that I show you exactly which microphone to get, and everything like that. So which of the two, screen capture or PowerPoint? Well, the biggest question that you should be asking yourself is, first, what is the end goal? Is the end goal to inform the viewer about information and this and that? Or is the end goal to show them how to do something? For example, right now I'm showing you more informational stuff. So that's why, video number 1, 2, and 4, you see a lot of PowerPoint slides, simply because I'm sharing with you information. But if I'm going to show you how to do something, or I'm going to show you something like go on Amazon or eBay, which I'm about to do, that's when you want to show screen capture. So you can do either or a combination. So screen capture is good for how to, like how to do this, how to do that, and so forth. So if you're showing somebody how to use your product, and the product is something like a software or some sort of system, or they have to go online, it's better to do screen capture. But if it's all something like how to approach somebody and do this and that, then it's better doing PowerPoint slides. So use your discretion, but that's pretty much the standard rule that I follow whenever I figure out screen capture or PowerPoint. So PowerPoint, when you're doing a screen capture video though, it's best to start out with some PowerPoint slide, just because you can make the video look a little more professional. So it's really up to you. The content in the end is what matters. PowerPoint slides, information, if you're just purely doing information, then just go with PowerPoint. So you can do PowerPoint, you can do Keynote if you use a Macintosh. What software should you use? Screen capture, as I said earlier, Jing or Camtasia. And I'm going to show you all of this after I talk about this. So I'm going to actually be showing you screen capture, like where to go and this and that. So Jing is a good one. I personally use Jing. The only downside about Jing is that you can only record 5-minute videos. But for the most part, when I have people ask questions, I personally use Jing to create my videos simply because it's actually faster to use. Camtasia is great. I'm actually using Camtasia right now. If you have a Macintosh, Camtasia actually supports Macintoshes. ScreenFlow is also a really good software for Mac computers or Macs. And Microsoft PowerPoint is good for PCs, and then Keynote is good for Macintoshes. Now let's talk about microphones. I know I talked briefly about microphones, but let me talk about them and then I'll show you next. So microphones. I recommend that you get a USB condenser microphone or a USB cardioid microphone. Condenser microphones are really good microphones. Cardioids are really good too. In fact, right now I'm using a USB, an XLR cardioid mic. And I'll talk a little bit more about that in just a minute. USB is just better because you don't have to worry about getting all these fancy tools to convert the USB into, or convert the XLR microphone into a USB to get it plugged into your computer and this and that. So for those of you that aren't familiar with this stuff, look at USB condenser or cardioid mics. Brand names, Samsung mics. I love Samsung. Blue Machine mics. I have one, a condenser mic and that I love. And right now I'm using the Audio Technica microphone. So you can see the quality of this microphone is really good. And it's a cardioid microphone. But if you're having a problem with USB microphones, and I'll admit, I've purchased Samsung microphones before and not been able to use them with specific laptops of mine. But if you're facing that problem, then there's actually a solution, because some of you will run into that problem. You will need to buy an XLR microphone and use what we call the icicle to connect that microphone and convert it to USB. So an XLR microphone is pretty much most microphones that you would see that people use in concerts and so forth. And they're not readily plugged into your laptop or your computer, but you can get something called an icicle, which converts the XLR into a USB microphone. Now, if this just does not make sense to you right now and you're thinking, oh man, I am confused, hold on a minute, because I'm going to show you, where to go and what to get and this and that. So it all makes sense in just a minute. And also, I recommend that you get a stand or a spider mount to decrease vibration, and a pop filter, which is something that you usually put over the microphone so that when you say your S's, your P's, and this and that, your audio doesn't really jump and pick it up. So that's that. Let me go over to Amazon and eBay and Google, and I want to show you all these softwares, where to go get them, where to get the microphones, and this, that, and the other. So this would be a good example of a video that includes PowerPoint and screen capture. So whenever you're creating your screen capture video, you have several choices that you can take. There are other softwares out there like Cam Studio and so forth, but I'm giving you the resources that I personally use and found very good over the years. Camtasia Studio has been around for a long time, and since then they have advanced in technology. In fact, right now I'm using Camtasia Studio to record this video. I love Camtasia, but it is a little pricey. It is about $299 to get. But I will say, if you are creating a lot of video training videos for your products and you got a lot of products and you can foresee yourself creating a lot of videos, then it wouldn't hurt to get Camtasia. If you don't have a PC, they do provide a Macintosh version, but I have heard that for Macintoshes, ScreenFlow is actually a lot better, apparently. I have not used ScreenFlow because I do not have a Macintosh, but that's what I've heard and that's what I've seen. If you really don't want to invest a lot of money right now, there is a product called Jing. And Jing allows you to record very short videos, about 5 minutes or less videos. And I believe it's like $14.99 a year. And last I heard, Jing apparently is going to go through 2013, and then they're going to go away with Jing and implement it into Snagit. So that's just something to look into. But personally, right now, as of 2012, I'm using Jing, and I love it. I actually use Jing more than I do Camtasia Studio when I create video training, like short video training videos for my customers. So that's just a little software there that I love. So those are the softwares to create screen capture videos. You can also use Camtasia Studio to record PowerPoint slides and so forth. And what I really like about Camtasia Studio is when I record a video like such, and there is some background noise, Camtasia Studio actually removes that background noise. You have to know how to do it, but you can actually, like I can show you right here, you can actually go to audio settings and enable noise removal, which makes your video sound really crisp and doesn't have any background noise to that. So these are the softwares that I use, and I'm not really going to go into how to use them. Jing is really easy to use if you're afraid of the technical stuff. Camtasia does require you to watch some of their videos, but they do provide a lot of how-to videos on how to do that. And it's really, really easy to use. Microphones, I recommend 3 different microphones. You can pick and choose the microphones that you want. Go on Amazon.com and look for the Audio-Technica AT2020 USB condenser microphone. If you get this, and most of the time it'll work, it's about $126, a little pricey on the pricey end, but I like it. I'm a big believer as to if you're going to create video training, video support videos and so forth, and you're really going to take it to the next level, then you need to make sure that the quality of the microphone is a good quality. And you can get pop filters, shock mounts, and everything like that. In fact, right now I'm using the shock mount, I'm using a pop filter, and I'm using a stand. And I'm actually using the Audio-Technica AT2020, but it's the XLR version, just because the USB doesn't work on this specific laptop. So that's just something to be aware that if you buy a USB microphone, it may work, it may not work, who knows. And if it doesn't, I'll show you a different way. Amazon, I love it just because they have a really good refund policy. And I'm just being honest here, so I'm not trying to scare you, but being really realistic. Samsung CO1U, this is the first microphone that I ever had. It's a lot cheaper, $71, but it's a lot cheaper. But this is the first microphone that I had, and it was a good microphone. The reason why I switched was because I had a new computer and I wanted to upgrade. So that's a good USB microphone. But I found that anytime I found with Microsoft Windows 7, this actually had problems working with it. So if you have Microsoft Windows XP or anything below 7, then get this microphone. And then this microphone I recently purchased. I love it. It's called Blue Microphones Yeti USB microphone. It's huge. It's like, I would say it's almost as big as 1.5 size of the other microphones. It's big, it's huge, but it gives you the ability to switch from like a condenser microphone to a cardioid to other different types of patterns. And also, if you get a microphone, make sure you get like a pop filter and a stand. So make sure you get a stand, a shock mount, and so forth. And make sure you get a pop filter, which basically decreases the P, the S, and all the P and S sounds. Now, I do want to cover something else. If your USB microphone is not working with your computer, then I would recommend a tool called the Icicle. It's this little thing here. What this does is it converts an XLR microphone to a USB microphone. So what you can do is, if you have a friend who has like a microphone and it's not in a USB microphone, you can just use that microphone, plug this thing in, and then convert it into a USB microphone. So it works just as well. I use this, I'm actually using this right now, and this is converting to a USB microphone, and I'm using it on my laptop, and it's just wonderful. So I wanted to give you that option just in case you're having problems with a USB microphone.